Well, the Scott Hannon Show ended seconds ago, my friends. How are you? In fact, I'll take my headphones off because I no longer need to hear the callers. I'm off the air. But literally, it just ended a moment ago, and we do regularly a little after the show to do a run-through on some of the news that came out of the program and kind of a recap in case you missed it. First of all, what were you thinking? 3 hours is all we ask. And the good thing is you can listen to it right now here at ScottHannon.com. We had some breaking news just before and during the show. Just before, Donald Trump said, bye-bye, I'm not a Senate candidate. And most of the folks we talked to today said, que sera, sera. I think Donald Trump contributed mightily to the discussion. He's obviously a media darling of sorts, media punching bag, but also a media darling, and he attracts a lot of attention. I think Donald Trump going forward could provide a useful voice if, in fact, he does want to see Barack Obama defeated as being the guy that'll say anything, some things that need to be said, but not necessarily going to be the standard bearer of the Republican Party nominee. So I'm glad that he's not a candidate because I think that obviously he would have been more of a distraction than a serious candidate to be leader of the free world. I think his motivations for being in the race were more about his brand than necessarily the future of the Republican Party. But I do think, given everything that he talked about, he had a genuine concern about the direction the country's going. And I think to the extent that he's had some private sector success, he, like any other business person, ought to be given an important voice in this whole debate. So anyway, the Donald is bye-bye. That added to the weekend news of Mike Huckabee, bye-bye. And Michael Brown's going to join us on tomorrow's program. He believes some more are going to go bye-bye. Who's in? Mitch Daniels, Sarah Palin, Michelle Bachmann, before others go bye-bye. So anyway, interesting discussion on the show today. Breaking news during the show, Rick Berg officially making his announcement. Did it on a YouTube video that went out to folks that subscribe and are friends of his on his Facebook page, and also to folks that he emailed, myself included, that are signed up on the list. Went out before the media got noticed. So a new age, new media way of announcing a campaign. He'll do a fly-around all across the state, starting at Fargo tomorrow, ending in Hettinger, I think, on Thursday later in the week, but going to hit a number of cities. We talked a lot about that today on the program. Minot Daily News, pretty critical of him, saying, what's he doing running for the Senate? Most of the listeners said, come on, this makes perfect sense. Newt Gingrich and Paul Ryan, quite the debate there. Newt backpedaling big time. We played some clips of him on the Mike Gallagher show saying, the media is making a big deal out of this, but forgetting the fact that he used the term radical to describe the Ryan plan twice. Also said it was right-wing social engineering, which he admitted today might have been, I forget his term, but he did admit that might have been a little too inflammatory. So, interesting discussion. What else did we do? We talked a little bit about Rob Port's criticism on his Say Anything blog of UND for bestowing an honor on Earl Pomeroy. I thought it was, appropriate recognition of his public service. I guess you could question the timing. Anyway, we talked a little bit about that as well. Robert Costa of National Review Online, Scott Conroy of Real Clear Politics with their take on Huckabee, Trump, Newt, Ryan. Ellen Ratner was on the program. Also, Stan Stein, chairman of the Republican Party in North Dakota, for his take on some media criticism from the Forum, that there is a squabble amongst Republicans, and also from the Minot Daily News about Rick Berg getting in the race. Stan saying, look, this is a show of strength. The more the merrier. The party of ideas. Get it out there. So anyway, a little bit of a recap there. We'll also talk to Orrin Hatch tomorrow, the senator from Utah, about his fair description of last week's Democratic Senate hearings, dog and pony show on the oil executives coming in. Plus, as I mentioned, Michael Barone. All on the Scott Hannon Show and the Common Sense Club. Join us.